great article here today from Greg Rubini at Greg Rubini on Twitter. If you haven't joined Twitter yet, we highly recommend it to follow along with some great people that have done the research, connected the dots, and brought you a great piece right here. Declassification has begun. Hillary Clinton's collusion with the Chinese government, HRC, was, for all purposes, sending all of her emails to a Chinese government front company when Secretary of State and also after her tenure at the State Department. HRC collusion with the Chinese government? Senator Grassley declassified documents just released 2 nights ago, 105 pages, as you see right here. Now, the FBI was informed of the HRC China connection back in 2015, but did nothing about it. Absolutely nothing. FBI covered up the whole thing during the Clinton email investigation involving Peter Strzok, Comey, McCabe, and many more at the FBI and at the Obama DOJ. Now, the FBI was informed of the HRC emails going to the Chinese government by 2 officers of the Inspector General of the Intelligence Community, ICIG, and that would be Frank Rucker and Jeanette McMillan. Who was the Inspector General of the Intelligence Community, the ICIG? It was none other than Charles McCullough. And he's got a lot to say. Listen to what the former IC Inspector General, Charles McCullough, says right here.
To me, to my family, to my office.
Few people know more about the Clinton emails and the fallout than Charles McCullough, the former internal watchdog for the U.S. intelligence community.
What should the American public know about those 22 top secret Clinton emails?
I've heard people say this is overblown. I've heard people say this is much ado about nothing. Had the information been released, there would have been harm to national security.
So putting lives at risk.
Absolutely. Sources and methods, lives, operations.
Speaking exclusively to Fox, McCullough says he went to Director of National Intelligence James Clapper about a year before the presidential election. The intelligence agencies had just found their classified information in the Clinton emails.
He read through these affidavits very thoroughly, and he said this is extremely reckless. And he mentioned something about the campaign will have heartburn about that or something.
Shortly after, McCullough says his team was marginalized.
You felt you were on your own in this.
I was totally on my own, and I was told by senior officials to keep the director out of it.
You drafted this letter in January 2016.
Sure did.
In the letter, McCullough told Congress that emails beyond top secret passed through the former Secretary of State's unsecured personal server.
All of a sudden, I became a shill of the right. I was told by members of Congress, be careful, you're losing your credibility. There are people out to get you.
By February 2016, Clinton campaign emails released via WikiLeaks suggest McCullough was a target.
I think there was certainly a coordinated strategy. In fact, I not only think it, I think it very, very much so.
Based on evidence.
Yes.
James Clapper, he went to him, say it ain't so. There was personal blowback to me, to my family, to my office, by the Clinton people. After that, I was totally marginalized and threatened. So the former IC Inspector General Charles McCullough was threatened. By whom? In the video, he says by members of the Hillary Clinton campaign. Who? John Podesta? Sid Blumenthal? Cody Shearer? And who else threatened the IC Inspector General Charles McCullough? John Brennan? James Clapper? Let's take a look at this.
Even though the FBI email investigation was far from complete, the Clinton campaign nailed down its talking points.
Was there an effort to deliberately mislead the public about the classified emails?
Absolutely. There was an effort certainly on the part of the campaign to mislead people into thinking There was nothing to see here. Frankly, the thing that disappointed me the most was the president saying,
there's classified and then there's classified.
a lot of people in the intel community spend a lot of time keeping secrets secret. And to sort of inject that sense of confusion into people, I don't think was altogether responsible.
As Election Day approached, McCullough says the threats went further, singling him out and another senior government email investigator.
You were given a warning?
It was told that we would be the first two to be fired with her administration, that was definitely going to happen.
Is that how it's supposed to be?
No, I was, in this context, a whistleblower. I was explaining to Congress, I was doing exactly what they had expected me to do, and all of a sudden I was the enemy.
More than 2,100 classified emails passed through Clinton's personal server, and to this day, no one is accountable.
If you had done this, what would have happened to you?
I'd be sitting in Leavenworth right now.
What a fraud, what a letdown to this country. The biggest taint stain in our history books will be this. I, for one, am deeply saddened at the state of our country. The interview videos that we just watched with former IC Inspector General Charles McCullough, these originally aired on Fox News back in November 27 of 2017 on the Tucker Carlson show. Think about that. We know China had full access to all of Hillary Clinton's emails to and from in real time for many years. Also, to top secret classified emails and SAP, special access programs. HRC plus China equals massive collusion. What is this? Treason? Violation of the Espionage Act? Even as Donald Trump has tweeted, treason. Ask yourself, which is the penalty for treason? Which is the penalty for violations of the Espionage Act? And both of these possibly add during wartime. The American political system is set up so that driven, ambitious men seek office. Many of them have good intentions, but the very nature of what one has to do to attain high office means that the dirty deals must be made, that one must get into bed with powerful interest, and that one becomes beholden to those interests. This is nothing new. Congress as a body has been plagued with scandals and high crimes and misdemeanors for as long as there's been an organized government. I wouldn't paint them all with the same brush. I can't recall specifically, but I believe it was Mark Twain who said that occasionally an innocent man will be sent to DC. Again, I want to give a big shout out to Greg Rubini. If you aren't on Twitter, please sign up, follow along, click the follow on Greg's, get with the Patriot Hour, and you can stay in tune. Till next time, I'm Michael. This is the Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed to each and every one of you. And where we go one, we go all.